Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I am just coming on here quickly today, well, at least for right now. Maybe we'll come back later, but I do have a coaching call in a little bit. So I'm just coming on to let you guys know that if you haven't seen yet, I am doing a free 5-day workshop. It is a 5-day event called Glow the Fuck Up, and I am going to be helping you tapping into your most confident, your healthiest, your happiest, and your wealthiest self. Because the truth is, there's only a few areas that you really need to focus on, and when you focus on the root of that, that is when you see huge transformations in your life, because you're not hyper focusing on one area of your life, you're really focusing on changing how you're showing up in your life, and when you change, your reality changes. So this is going to be such a fun 5 days because it's literally free. You can go click the link in my bio and you can get tickets right now. So for 5 days, I'm going to be teaching you for about an hour a day how to really shift your reality. And if you've never been in my world before, if you've never been in one of my free programs, I will not be spending half of it talking about my life story and then 1/4 of it trying to upsell you into another container and then spending about 1/4 talking about the actual substance. I'm going to be giving you such deep transformational understanding of what's going on in your life to really provoke you into a new perspective. And once you do this and then you have the tangible tools to apply it, your life will change. Like, this glow up is going to happen so quickly for you. And I know that we only have like 2 weeks left of the Gregorian calendar year anyway. Not going to get into the fact it's not actually the end of the year. But because this is when we start focusing on putting a lot of pressure on ourselves because we didn't meet our year-end goals, we start hearing the whole new year, new me thing. People put so much pressure on themselves to start changing their behaviors and things like that in the moment. But ultimately, when you change at an identity level, when you change on the inside, this is what really allows you to take different actions. It allows you to have different behaviors. It allows you to really show up for your life in a whole new lens because you've completely changed the way that you're interacting with life and the way that you're showing up and the way that you're thinking. This has already been my most popular free masterclass. People are buying tickets all of the time. So these replays will be available until the first of the year, and then they'll live in my membership. So if you haven't yet joined the Glow the Fuck Up event, click on the link in my bio. It's going to start on the 18th and it'll go until the 22nd. So for one whole week, we're going to meet for an hour a day, and then I'm going to give you homework. And you guys, I am telling you that I was working on this yesterday, and this is literally going to be the most powerful free masterclass you've ever been in. In my world, I don't gatekeep. I don't hold back. I treat you like you're a paying client or student in my world, no matter if you're showing up for a live for free, no matter if you're signing up for a free container, no matter if you are in my high proximity container. You love my nails. Thank you so much. I just got them done. And I literally did red nails last time because I was like, ooh, holiday, festive. And I had green nails right before that. And then everybody had red nails. And I was like, well, it was not a vibe. So we're not even going holiday-ish. We're not doing that. I don't like looking like everyone else. So back to Lil Pink. But yeah, so what I want to tell you guys is I know that there's a lot of pressure right now with the holidays, with the seasons changing. A lot of people get depressed. But when you actually just do this work and you actually start shifting in the moment, you're going to see your entire life change so fucking quickly. And it really doesn't have to take a long time. I guarantee you that if you apply what I'm teaching you and you genuinely listen to what I'm teaching you in these 5 days, you are going to feel an enormous shift in yourself, and you are going to see an enormous shift externally. Hey girl, I saw that you signed up. I'm so excited. So this is it, you guys. This is literally the magic keys to transformation. And this is coming from somebody who's been studying the mind since they were in 4th grade, somebody who's been doing spiritual development work for 18 years now, coming on 19 years. This is really the keys of what I've learned. And I honestly can't even believe that I'm teaching this for free, because there are people that would charge you massive money to be in this 5-day event just because of the amount of value. I have been in so many trainings. I have taken, I've worked with all the coaches. I've taken all the things. And a lot of people just waste time on telling you their story over and over again and then upselling you or just talking to you about these concepts, but not giving you anything tangible to apply it with. And that isn't me. Like, I'm going to give you all the tools. We're going to go deep. The homework is going to fucking transform your life if you legitimately do it. And I'm telling you, like, you are going to thank yourself. 2024 you is going to thank you right now for signing up for this, because this is going to be the thing that fucking changes the game for you. Because I see so many people saying, well, this can't happen quickly, or this isn't working out, so I'm just gonna give up. Like, a lot of people are giving up right now because they didn't manifest the things. They didn't meet their goals because other people are further along than them, because it seems like, well, what's the point? There's only X amount of weeks left in the year. And it's like, no, you've got to just change your perspective. You've got to stop being disappointed in the present moment, because that clearly shows that you're not doing the inner work. Disappointment right now, or feeling like you want to give up right now, just means that you've been approaching this manifestation thing from a very egoic lens. And when you instead shift into becoming a conscious creator in your life, so that way you're paying attention to being conscious rather than paying attention to what you have and what you don't have, because consciousness understands that there is no lack. That's an illusion. You have everything that you need in the present moment. And when you start telling yourself that and really believing into it and really feeling into it, even when, and especially when you have no external evidence, that's when you become a master creator of your reality, because you're not looking at what is outside of you to determine how you feel and think. Guy is agreeing right now. You are actually going within, deciding what is available for you, and it's all available for you. And then you are getting your mind, your energy, and your body on board with it. And the more that you start telling yourself these new beliefs and feeling into these new beliefs and really aligning with this desired reality, the more that you'll be able to live that, and the faster you'll be able to live that. Can we just hold off for like 1 second, please? Thank you so much. And the thing is it's all available for you. You can literally have everything that you want and anything that you want, but you need to start giving yourself the permission slip. You need to stop looking outside of you at the circumstances and allowing the circumstances to dictate how you feel about yourself, how you feel about life, how you feel things are going for you. Because the thing is your beliefs are the energetic encoding that's creating your personal reality. And that means that your beliefs are happening first and the evidence is happening second. And we've been taught the opposite in the Matrix. But you have to understand that your beliefs created the experience, because your mind relies on having evidence. It's going to create the evidence to put in what I call your evidence bank. But what you have to realize is the belief was there first, because the beliefs are encoded in your subconscious mind. So whether you installed the belief or not, that's the thing, is a lot of people are unconsciously trying to manifest from their ego, not realizing that they've always been manifesting. In my world, I'm not teaching you how to manifest. I'm teaching you how to become conscious, because consciousness is how you consciously manifest what you desire. When you are unconscious, you have always been manifesting. You've manifested all of these things, but it's because you've been unconsciously operating through your life, allowing the programming that was installed in you when you were younger to dictate your current reality. But you take your power back when you say, you know what? No. I'm actually going to look at these beliefs. I'm actually going to decide how I want my life to go for me. I'm going to decide who I get to be. And I'm no longer going to let past evidence or conditional circumstantial evidence control how I feel, how I move, and what I believe is possible for me, because I understand that the beliefs have to come first. I understand that I need to change my belief system so that way I can experience new experiences, so that way I can have new evidence, because your mind is always going to make you right. That is one of its prime directives. So that's why people that have different varying beliefs have different experiences and different realities with certain things, because the person had a different belief system. A lot of the times people will be like, well, this person has it because of this and that and that and that. And they'll come up with excuses why that person has something that they don't have. But it's really not about the excuses. It's about looking at the fact and being honest about the fact that that person has a different belief system. And because they have a different belief system, they have a different reality with that thing. Gaia, can you play with any other toy right now, please? Thank you so much. And that's the thing, right? Like, you have to realize that it's the beliefs, then it's the experience. So when you change your beliefs, you will change the experience. But where I see a lot of people tap out in this work is they will only believe a belief when they see the evidence. And that keeps you stuck in the matrix, because that means you're always looking outside of you for how you get to feel, for how you get to think, for how you get to make your next move. But that's not conscious creation. Conscious creation is understanding that I set the terms for my life. I decide how I get to feel. I decide how I get to think. I decide how I get to believe life gets to go for me. I am deciding. And because I am deciding, I'm fucking moving. I'm moving in alignment with my desires. I'm not looking outside of me for permission. I am the permission slip. And because I am the permission slip, I'm always deciding consciously, how do I want to show up in this moment? How do I want to think about this thing? How do I want to transform my life? Because when I am in charge, that means that I don't have to look outside of me anymore, because I'm the one that's deciding. I am deciding that I get to have this thing. And all I have to do is shift my perspective. All I have to do is shift the vibrational frequency that I'm at. All I have to do is then change my self-concept and change my habits. But when I start doing this work, I stop looking at things outside of me. I stop getting disappointed. I stop feeling like it's not working out for me. I stop wanting to throw in the towel, because I'm now falling in love with this experience of co-creation, understanding that I am always getting what I need. And sometimes my ego might think that I need something, but in reality, my soul is guiding me in another direction, because my soul asked to learn this lesson. So instead of sometimes getting caught up in the manifestation hasn't arrived and feeling impatient or feeling disappointed or feeling frustrated, it then becomes, well, what if instead of the thing, I was manifesting the lesson that I needed to learn? And once I learn that lesson, I break the pattern, I transcend it, and then I'm able to become the person who has the manifestation. But when I keep trying to grasp at the manifestation as if it was like a bubble, right? You're grasping, you're trying to grab it. And then once you grab it, it pops, because it's elusive. You can't hold on to it. But once you realize that it's not about chasing, you know this. What is Law of Attraction 101? I don't chase, I attract. So you've got to stop seeking the things outside of you, realizing that the more you seek and the more you chase, the faster it's going to fly away. And that's applicable with everything, not even bubbles. If there's a butterfly outside and you started chasing it, it would fly away from you. If your dog is outside and it gets loose and you run at it, it's going to run away from you. You know what's actually the funniest thing in the world, though? If you run in the opposite direction, your dog will start chasing you. Fun fact. I like to drop my dog mom facts on people in case you ever run into that issue. But that's the thing, right? How funny is it? This is something that we can witness in everything else in life. But remember, hindsight's 2020. So we have a difficult time seeing our role in it when it's happening. But when you have this higher perspective, which is what consciousness allows you to do, it allows you to have your feet on the planet and your head in space. And when you can master this duality, because you really came here to master duality as a conscious creator, you understand that everything's always happening for you. So you're either getting interested and you're growing in your understanding of what that lesson is and embodying the wisdom from it, or the manifestation is arriving, but you're never getting disappointed. You're always just falling in love with this dance of co-creation. And that's what is available for you. And that's what's available for all of us. And I feel as though there's a shift coming where people are getting a little exhausted of all of the law of attraction, all of the law of assumption, all of the, this is how to manifest things. Like, we're ready as a collective. Like, we know how to manifest. We might not be consciously doing it all of the time, but we're ready to have deeper conversations about this whole manifestation journey, about this whole spiritual ascension, about this whole awakening journey. And the thing is the more that you play in this realm, the more that you actually manifest in the material realm, but from a heart space, from a compassionate space. And a lot of the times, once you get to that place, you realize that half the things that you were trying to manifest that never manifested were actually because it wasn't serving you in your highest evolution. And when you can come from it at that approach, that is when you will be so wise as a human. And that's when you're really going to fall in love with this whole process. All right, what time? I've got a little time to look at some of the questions just because I do have a coaching session in a little bit, but let me just see what you guys are saying. 100%, you get it, you get it. I turned down 2 really good paying jobs this year, so I know it works. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you, girl. That's the thing, right? Like, we're taught to settle in the matrix, and it's like, get whatever you can take. And it's like, no, what if I actually just get clear on the standards that I have and what I'm calling in, and realize that sometimes something might come in, but that's because reality is catching up to me. And my old belief system would have actually been like, okay, cool, I'll just settle for this. But my new belief system, my new standards say, you know what, I'm actually not available for that. And I understand when I raise my belief systems, when I raise my awareness, when I raise my vibration, when I raise my standards, the universe is going to meet me. But the universe can only give me what I've given myself. The universe can only meet me where I've brought myself, because it's not that the universe is testing you. It's that the universe is always meeting you. And that does take a lot of accountability. But shadow work is in the essence of learning to manifest, because it's part of spiritual ascension. It's part of personal growth. And you can't avoid the personal development and try to learn to manifest, because that's egoic manifesting. Can you talk about being sick and not consciously manifesting because you're focusing on getting better? So there's a lot in there, but I would look at, did you manifest the sickness because there was a part of you who knew that if you got sick, you would stop going after what you wanted? And because you were going after what you wanted, it was so out of your comfort zone that your subconscious mind was actually trying to keep you in your old reality. And it's actually that when you can learn that sickness always manifests on the energetic and the mental realm first, and the emotional realm first, and then manifests in the physical realm, what was the root cause of that sickness? Because it wasn't whatever appeared in your body. It's whatever you were choosing to not look at in your emotions, in your energy, and in your mind. And when you get clear on that and you shift that, you can actually realize that being sick doesn't mean that you can't consciously manifest. And especially when you're understanding the root of the sickness, of course, resting your body, of course, eating high nutrient dense meals, of course, taking supplements, of course, getting rest, of course, getting out in the sun, of course, getting outside, and drinking high quality water, all of that goes into it. Also telling yourself that you're healthy, because sickness is an illusion, just like lack. It's like, there's so much depth to it, but you've got to stop thinking that when I'm sick, I can't consciously manifest, because that's bullshit. And that's a scapegoat for your ego that says anytime she gets sick, she won't manifest. So we'll keep her stuck in this cycle of she'll get certain amounts of momentum, and then she will be growing too much, which triggers your subconscious mind, which also is your nervous system and your mind. And then if you get sick, you'll never actually grow and transcend and get out of the comfort zone. So I would really look at, what's my secondary gain of this sickness? A lot of people don't have this depth of understanding, and they don't understand how shadow work really, really works, and how much it really plays a part in everything that's happening. But you have to realize that if you have any excuses that you use on a conscious level, like, oh, I hurt myself, so now I can't do this thing. Oh, my face is breaking out, so now I can't record the videos that I said that I was going to record. Oh, well, my throat is sick, so now I can't record the podcast that I was going to record. When you really look at it from a holistic approach, when you zoom out, you can see how intermingled it all is. And it's like, but what if you were sick and you kept doing the damn thing anyway? What happens then? Because then you prove to your mind that you're not going to let that excuse stop you. Then you prove to yourself that you're committed to this personal growth journey, whether it's building a business, whether it's deepening your intuition, whatever that looks like and whatever level you're at for you. But when you realize that you can either use an excuse not to do something, or you can keep breaking through your egoic barriers and keep going anyway, and then you're going to be unfuckwithable, because now you won't even be able to trick yourself into not going after your dreams. I am a light worker. I am not in the matrix. I am on the 8th dimension. So that's not possible for you to be on the 8th dimension and be here right now. The highest you can be in a physical form is 4th dimension. Once you get to 5th dimension, that's when you are back in consciousness. You have no physical form, or you have this hybrid aspect in you, and that's like a totally long, deep conversation about parallel realities and dimensions, all of that, which I literally don't have time to get into because I have a coaching call. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Like, it's not, that's egoically saying, oh, well, I'm in this dimension just so you can feel better. But like, if you actually understand how dimensions work, not possible, brother. But good for you for being a light worker. Your website is now not allowing me to sign up. So you can, there's 2 different ways that you can sign up, but people have been signing up all day, so it shouldn't be giving you any errors. What I would do is either just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says to sign up for the event, or you can just go to my website, alexaraesmith.com, and you'll see that programs is in the top right section. Just click on that, and then the first program is the Glow the Fuck Up free workshop, free 5-day workshop. So if you haven't yet signed up, make sure you signed up for this, because we're going to go really deep in how to transform your life really fucking quickly. Like, I'm telling you, my clients and my students typically feel a shift within an hour to tops 3 days of being in my world, because like, we play differently. I don't play in time over here. I play in energetics. So if you can't still sign up, like, you shouldn't have any problems at all signing up that way. But if you still can't sign up, either through the link in my bio and clicking on the button that way, or just going to my website, alexaraesmith.com, and clicking on programs and then clicking on the Glow the Fuck Up, just send me a DM and I'll help you get in. But you should absolutely be able to get in one of those ways. What if you have intrusive thoughts and that makes you anxious? Girl, get into the workshop, because that is literally day 1. Day 1 is all about mindset, and we are going to go really fucking deep. And I know that you've probably heard a lot of different mindset concepts and all of the things, but I literally am addressing why this is going to be the best way to do it, because I help you shift your mindset in the moment. And a lot of mindset coaches make you, or tell you, they don't make you, no one can make you do anything, but they tell you to go back to like the root cause and like looking at your childhood and going so deep. And that actually can be counterintuitive sometimes, because then you're not able to actively shift your thoughts in the moment. And when you don't shift your thoughts, that's when the dysregulation in your nervous system can run rampant. And there's also something to be said about that, is that somebody just signed up for the masterclass, so I'm excited to see you guys in there. So it is working. Just do one of the 2. Girls, give me a moment. Guy has just been on one this week. But then there's also something to be said about the fact that you also need to have nervous system regulation built into your manifestation process. That's why I have a psyche manifestation method, where I teach you how to rewire your mind, regulate your nervous system, and recode your cellular DNA. Like, those are the 3 pillars that you need to manifest anything. And so day 1 is all about mindset, and day 2 is all about emotions and energetics and nervous system regulation. So like, definitely make sure that you sign up for the free workshop, because I'm going to be going in depth on mindset and how to handle your thoughts, and then on emotions and how to regulate your nervous system to feel different emotions. So like, this is literally like, I'm giving you the codes to change your fucking life quickly. And like, with the homework and everything that you'll be doing daily, you're going to feel the shifts. Like, it's going to be massive shifts, because like, we're building the momentum. We're meeting for 5 days straight, and like Monday through Friday, boom, you're going to fucking change your life, because that's what we're doing. Never been this conscious of my thoughts. I'm so happy to see what I've been manifesting. Oh my God, I love that for you. I'm so excited. That's the thing, is like, once you become conscious, it's just so different, like the way that you approach everything, and then your understanding and of the interconnectedness of it all. It just like truly changes how you live, because you're now being able to witness life instead of constantly be reacting to it. And when you are witnessing, you have space to decide how you want to show up. You have space to decide how you're going to feel. You have space to decide how you're going to think. And when you become so conscious of the thoughts, of the feelings, of the perspectives, of the meanings, of everything, that's when your entire life is going to change so quickly, because when you change, the things that you look at change, just like Wayne Dyer said. So I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited. Well, I'm just trying to scroll through because somebody's leaving Christian indoctrination comments, and I'm not blocking them right now, but let's see. Can you talk more about manifesting without the ego and navigating shadow work when manifesting? Oh my God, so many of you are signing up. I'm so excited. So I can talk about it, but like I really do have a coaching call. So I do have to go very within the next few minutes. So I can plant a seed in your mind, but we're not going to be able to allow that to fully harvest right now, because that in and of itself is a very deep conversation. And I'm always very mindful about speaking about shadow work when it's something like this, because shadow work, I have found through my personal experience, through my clients' experience, through witnessing and doing this work for so long, that a lot of people struggle with shadow work because they will find somebody who talks about it in a free video, on TikTok, on YouTube. They'll find somebody who's talking about shadow work. And I do believe that the intentionality is really good for the person who's teaching that, because they're trying to help people wake up and really meet themselves in the depths of their psyche. But the problem is if you just give somebody some tools and some ways to get into their psyche, I want you to think about it as if I told you that there was this cave that you could go into, and if you go into this cave, it'll change your life. So if all I give you is a flashlight and I tell you that that's the cave, and just go in, and you totally believe in me and you totally trust me, then you go in because that person tells you to, and they went through it and other people went through it. But if you have no fucking idea where to go through, if you don't know what turn to take, if you don't know how far to go in, if you don't know how long to go in, if you don't know what to do in there, that's when you're going to start freaking out, right? Because you're probably going to find at some point you're lost in a fucking cave, and you just have darkness, and you probably don't have enough water, and you probably don't have a lot of battery life in your flashlight left. So it's that's where I feel a lot of people end up in doing shadow work, because they're trying to do it without a mentor. They're trying to do it without a playbook. They're trying to do it without having somebody shining the light saying you're going in the right direction. So that's why you'll find that I don't talk about shadow work a lot when it's online. I don't create a lot of videos on it, and that's very intentional, though this is the conversation that I basically am always having with my clients and students. We go very deep into shadow work. So I totally cannot get into the depths of this, but I just think it's very important to put that disclaimer out there, because a lot of people don't put that disclaimer out there. And I think that it does a great disservice to the collective. So with that being said, what I can say quickly on this, but understand we're not even scratching the surface, is that shadow work goes hand in hand with personal development work. And when you start doing personal development work, you have to become really accountable. And what you understand is when you look at it from a spiritual perspective, there's that darkness and there's that light, right? And all spiritual teachers have said, love and light, that's what we're coming home to. So it's when you understand that with everything on this 3D planet, there is duality, there is darkness, and there is light. You have to start being able to integrate the darkness. And where I find a lot of people are just bypassing or trying to bypass shadow work in manifestation is that they're egoically manifesting. And what I mean by that is they're typically in the everyone is you pushed out cult. And while I love Neville Goddard and I love his teachings, the law of assumption teachings and the way it's being taught can be quite dangerous. And it's basically telling you that you can just manipulate people's free will and you can manifest whatever the fuck you want. And it doesn't really teach you to have depth of understanding of that. Everything that you're going through is happening for a reason. It was all divinely orchestrated. And so a lot of people will just tell you to completely ignore the situation. But from the situation, from the people, every situation is a teacher, well, yes, every situation holds a lesson, and every person is a teacher. And I find a lot of people are just egoically like, well, no, this is who I want to manifest. This is what I want my house to look like. This is what I want my job to look like. And they're forcing and they're expecting. And even if you look at Bashar's teachings, one of his main rules, the 5 laws of manifestation and rules of the universe, is to not expect. So you have to understand that, yes, there are material things that you can have and you do get to have in this incarnation as a 3D human that's experiencing life, and as a spiritual being who's having life as a human. And there are soul contracts that you signed up to learn before you came here. Earth school is the hardest school. And a lot of people, instead of learning the wisdom and extracting the wisdom and learning the lessons and transcending the patterns, they're staying stuck in these patterns that are unconsciously programmed into them because they aren't ever looking at the programming. They're so hyper focused on, well, I can just assume my reality into this. And while yes, you can, is that the most conscious way of doing it? When you understand that we are all connected, and yes, there's one thing to be said about you living your best life and getting all of the things, but then there's also how many stories of people getting all of the things, getting the fame, becoming rich, creating the wealthy business, getting all the things, getting the notoriety. And then look at Robin Williams, like this man that made everybody on the planet happy, but he couldn't make himself happy. So it's like, we don't want to be in a place where we get all of these things because our ego says, woo, we can get the Lamborghini and we can travel on the private jet and we can get the rich house. And there's always discernment and there's always contradiction in this reality. It's always and, not but. And it isn't bad to live in a mansion. It isn't bad to have a Lamborghini. It isn't bad to have nice things. But when you have the balance of spiritual riches, spiritual fulfillment, so that way you're manifesting the things because it would be fucking fun, because it'd be dope to have the Lamborghini, because like, wouldn't it be cool to have the mansion? Not like I need this because I want to have this place in society. I'm buying this car because it means something. I have this many followers because this is when you become famous, or like I've made this much money because now people are going to take me seriously. Like this is where the intentionality comes from. And this is why when I teach manifestation, I always say you need to know what you want, you need to know why you want it, and then you need to know who you need to become to get it. You have to release the timeline because divine timing and time is an illusion, right? So, and like understand that there's a lot of contradictions. And if you're not doing the personal development work, if you're not doing the spiritual ascension work, these contradictions become very difficult for your mind to grasp because we've been taught to live in a this or that reality. And I'm teaching you how to live in a this and that reality, which your soul knows how to live in, but you've been programmed purposely to be asleep in this life to forget that, so that way you could experience what it is like to have limitation and lack, because we have come here to master lack. And the beauty is once you master lack, you can also law of polarity, master abundance. And that's where we're really at in society. But the problem is so many people haven't gotten past the egoic manifestation to understand what their soul contract is, to really find that fulfillment within themselves, instead of just following this hamster wheel where I'm doing to get because of the accolades or because of the notoriety or because of the fame, or, you know, just trying to get money, instead of understanding when you have more money, this is how you get to serve with it. This is how you get to help with it. You know, like there's like, we're learning how to be like witches and like manifest things into reality, which yes, we can do. But it's like, that's why we're always good witches and bad witches, right? Girls! Because of the fact that like there is love and there is light, and it's like the ego is more of the darkness manifesting. And yes, you can manifest that way, but like, is it the best? Girls, stop. You need to get it together. All right, I really have to go. But let me just say, would you say chasing makes it run away is a limiting belief or a fact? I thought nothing was fact. Well, everything is relative. Everything is relative. So like nothing is matter of fact. Nothing. Yet We are all from love and light. Yeah, we are all multidimensional beings. You know what I mean? Like, again, nuance, like the discernment, understanding the contradictions are inherently built in to the matrix, like, and to humanity. Like, it's just part of it. But it is, like, energetically, it's still a fact. If you're chasing something, it's going to go away from you. Think about magnets when they are at opposite polarities. I'm holding Gaia with my one hand, so I can't show you, but like, think of a positive magnet and a negative magnet. If you try and put them together, they separate, right? They don't go together. So it's like, even on an energetic level, that is truth. So you have to understand that this is an energetic universe. Anything you're chasing after, you are repelling away from you. The opposite of chasing is attracting, meaning that you are holding the feeling state within your vibrational frequency. You're holding it in your body. And that's what is attracting the thing to you, because like attracts like, and you cannot manifest something that you are not. That's why you need to be in a state of wealth to manifest wealth. That's why you need to be in a state of love to manifest love. That's why you need to be in the energy of the thing that you desire to manifest, because that's how it easily manifests, rather than having to buy into the man-made laws of working harder to get something or trading your time for money. It's about you understanding the energetic nature of reality and yourself. So you're never chasing. You're always attracting. Like, that is metaphorical. It's scientific. All of the things. How do I manifest me passing all my classes with good grades? See yourself getting the good grades. And here's the thing, you guys, like, action. People don't take the law of action seriously, and understanding that action shows that you're serious to the universe. But so see yourself getting the good grades, expect yourself to pass, like, hear your professors congratulating you, see that in your mind, and study. You know what I mean? And pay attention in class, and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. Don't go partying before classes. Don't lack of sleep because you're on TikTok all night. Like, there's the balance of the masculine, the doing, and the feminine, the mindset and the embodiment. So both. All right, let me answer one more question. Let's see. 4th D, 5D isn't physical. 4D is still physical. 5D is not. But understand that there can be some physicality in higher dimensions as well. Synchronicity, I just heard Dyer say that this morning in his book, Power of Intention. Yes, Dr. Wayne Dyer was such a beautiful teacher, because he really taught manifestation from a very, very conscious lens, like a conscious creator lens. And that's where the people that are on TikTok pushing the law of assumption and the self-concept narrative without going into the depth, that's where we are missing that gap. Like, our new generation, the younger generations, aren't being taught the best way to do it, because they're trying to skip steps. But you can't skip steps in spiritual ascension work. You can't skip steps in personal development. You can't skip steps in spiritual awakenings. And so I love Dr. Dyer, because he is one of the few modern day teachers that really talked about manifestation in the lens of co-creation. And he was so prominent in his teachings and writing his books and with his speaking engagements that we can still listen to him and absorb. But I almost wish that people were, obsessing over him as much as they were obsessing over Neville Goddard, because he's just one teacher, and Neville's way is more egoic manifesting. Love you, cousin. Can't wait to join the class and learn from you. Oh my God. Hey, girl. Love you. Miss you. I'm in New York right now, so I'm seeing all the people. If you're not doing anything tomorrow night, my mom is having a Christmas party. If you want to come, it's in Cohoes. Shoot, hit me up. And because Darcy will be there, Kyle will be there. The whole family will be there. So love to see you. Love that about being prepared about entering the cave you fear to enter. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly it. And I like to use a lot of imagery, and I like to use a lot of metaphors, because I find that a lot of people have a hard time with the ethereal nature of personal development work, because it's not tangible, it's not technically graspable. But when you start showing imagery, one, your subconscious mind speaks in images, and two, you start having a deeper understanding where it isn't so heady and it becomes more visceral. And when you activate that, you are allowing your imagination to kind of take hold rather than your logical mind. And like you always hear me say, logic blocks magic. So that's at the point where you're really like bypassing all of that subconscious belief and you start playing in the realm of like what could be possible, because it's literally all possible. Kinda in love with you. Oh, I love you too. What books do you recommend? I literally, so there's so many good books out there, and I feel like people put too much emphasis on them. Doesn't matter what the book is, it matters that you're applying the teachings. I have a book list in my membership that everyone in the membership has access to, and I'm adding to it. So I'd recommend joining my membership, and you can go in and you get access to all of the books. You can just see all the books that I recommend, and I'll keep adding and adding to it. That's the best way. Okay, so I have a coaching call in like 13 minutes and I need to get drinks, and I'm going to hit you up. Oh my God, yay! Yay, Kate, I'm so fucking excited. She literally normally invites like 90 fucking people to this thing. I missed it last year. She didn't even let me miss this Christmas party when I got LASIK surgery like 3 fucking hours before it. Like, that's how much of a big deal this Christmas party is to my mother. So like, you can totally come, bring your friends, like whatever. But hit me up on Instagram or on TikTok. Like, just DM me, girl, because like, let's party. Best way to change beliefs. Get into the free masterclass free event, masterclass, whatever you want to call it. Get into Glow the Fuck Up, because day one, I'm literally giving you the best way to change beliefs and the way to change your beliefs instantly. So it's the Glow the Fuck Up 5-day free challenge. You can click on the link in my bio. You can get your tickets. You can join by going to my website, clicking on programs, and it's the first one there. It's free. And if you can't make it live, then the replays will be available, and there's going to be homework, and it'll be available until the first of the year. If you're in my membership, you'll have lifetime access to it. But yeah, I'm going to go deep into how to change your beliefs on day one. So like, highly, highly, highly recommend getting into the Glow the Fuck Up free 5-day masterclass, because we're going to change your fucking life in 5 days. So that way, when you start 2024, you will already be your most confident, your most healthy, your most wealthy version of yourself, because it doesn't take time, it takes momentum. And in these 5 days, we are going to build the momentum. For sure, got to do the work. Absolutely, absolutely. I will work with you in the near future. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So excited. Of course you did. Do you like astrology? I have an astrology sleeve. I love astrology. I love many, many other teachings. I like human design a little more for just like the practicality of it, but I always love astrology. All right, you guys, I really have to go because I have to meet with a client in 10 minutes and I need to get some water and some tea before my class or session. Anyway, I love you guys so much. If you want to work with me private, or if you want to get into my membership, you can join in my bio. And if you haven't yet joined the free masterclass, free workshop, free event, whatever the fuck you want to call it, we are glowing the fuck up before 2024. Click on the link in my bio, and more people are joining us. So excited. I cannot wait to hang out with you guys. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.